Welcome to the show, everybody. It's called the Business Network Show. If you just turned on your radio, I'm going to introduce you to myself, Rex Perry. I'm the host and creator of the show. And our website is 123bz.com. That's the numbers 123b as in boy, z as in zebra.com. And you can go there, get my phone number, get my email. If you'd like to be on the show, let us know. We all do business networking. Now, we talk business, politics, and economics. Three different subjects that we like to bring to the microphone. Our first guest for the show is Michael. Michael, give us your last name. Introduce yourself, please.
Hi, Michael Holt with Edge Tech, and live here in the Phoenix area up in Surprise, and do online marketing and for small businesses in the Arizona area as well as across the U.S.
And tell us a little bit of your background, how long you've been doing this.
25 years. Been in the tech arena for 25 years. I've been doing websites and online marketing for the last 12 of those.
25 years. I mean, the internet, I remember in the year 2000, we were barely scratching the surface. In fact, I was doing a radio show in 1999, and we were still analog instead of digital.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And we were talking about websites, and we didn't realize, that was way before Google. That was way before any of this stuff. So you've really got a good background. Now tell us a little bit about what you do, what kind of service you provide as far as designing and what platforms do you work on?
Sure. Thanks, Rex. We provide, of course, web design, but it's a focus of SEO web design. And so what that means is that we don't start with the website. We start with the SEO and then build the website based upon what somebody wants to rank for. So I call it SEO optimized website design. Mm-hmm. And so we start with the keywords somebody's looking for, the area they are, their target audience, who they want to get in front of, what the messaging is, and all of that, and build that into the website design as we build it out.
And are you telling me it's not just the words? The words are important, but is there also code that goes into that when you actually design things, or is it mainly the photos, the video? Go into a little bit of more education on that.
Well, part of the reason why I got into the website design actually is because of my photography background as well.
Oh, okay.
And with photography, you have framing, you have action within that photo and where the action is going. And so it's the same type of thing with the web design. So yeah, there's not just the words in the picture, but placement and the most important parts of the website itself, of the homepage, and what the flow is, what we want, the intended action we want the visitor to take, and all of that. Mm-hmm. All that's built into the designing aspect. Yes.
And YouTube videos are, because of Google, mm-hmm. YouTube plays kind of an important role with that.
I could say that, yeah.
Yeah. And
number 2 search engine in the world.
Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And the point is that having the hashtags, the right wording, especially in the description of the video, mm-hmm. like we're doing right now, we're shooting video. So everybody, you can find this on YouTube. In fact, you can put in my name, REXPARRY, and find all kinds of different information. So that's what happens is people search. Mm-hmm. And then they look for those key messages. Tell us some of the other things that you do besides you work with the Google ads and Facebook type things?
Yeah, but let me go back to that video aspect. One of the things that I look at in terms of keywords is if a video is ranking on that page in the top 3 spots. That's going to tell me how difficult it's going to be to rank for a keyword phrase, because YouTube, if they own those spots, by the ranking for whatever keyword it may be, then that's going to be a more difficult keyword to rank for than something that doesn't have any videos on the page. And so YouTube can actually be a very powerful optimization, a visibility tool for a business ranking videos. And there's a whole approach to specifically ranking those on page 1 of Google as well. When thinking of PPC or the search engine marketing aspect, ads and all of that, ads get 1% to 2% of the actual clicks on a page. And the top 3 spots in Google gets 70%, 67 to 70% of the clicks on a page. And so you can do some fairly quick, you can get some quick action from ads, but understand, most of the traffic is actually, scrolling past the ads and looking for the real results, as they would call it. Those and the map listings when it comes to local businesses. So
I did an interview a while back with a developer, an app developer, quote, I put that in quotes because it was called Glide, and it's a Google product where you start off with a Google spreadsheet, and then they're able to turn the Google spreadsheet into basically an app. An app is basically a website. You have this little icon on your phone, and you think, oh, this is an app. And they always joke, I got an app for that. Well, guess what? When you touch that, it basically takes you through the internet to a website, but it's on your phone. And so now they've got this design now so that they mirror, and you probably do this, they mirror the website, and then you can also have what it looks like as an app on your phone.
Yes.
And tell us a little bit about that. Can you turn your websites into an app if people want to have some sort of icon to download on that?
Yeah, there's a way with any website to save it as an app on the phone. And so you click on that icon, and that website comes up. Mm-hmm. And so it doesn't technically there's going to be some functionality differences between an app and a website, where data is stored and responsiveness and all of that. But yeah, you can do that, and I do that. I've got apps on my phone right now. They're from a website.
Yeah, and that's what they were basically saying. If you start off with the Google spreadsheet, as people put information in, it now becomes searchable, and you can move it around, and it becomes a data. It's a data gathering platform.
Absolutely.
Is what it is. And by the way, that's what most websites are. They give you information, but they also want to collect your data.
Bingo.
And so they can communicate on that. Now let's talk a little bit about where the industry is going with AI. Tell us a little bit about what's happening with websites and AI search.
Well, as we know, SEO, search engine optimization, has always been, or at least the last 20 years, has been where you type something in and you get a list of results. And now with AI coming into the picture, AI search, you're typing something in, instead of it being just, doctor in Phoenix, Arizona, it's more of a question, and because you're looking for more interaction with the AI. And so AI search results then, when you do an AI search, you won't necessarily see a list of websites. You might see some links that the AI has compiled, and that those links are going to be based upon how that website is optimized for AI search. And there are some specific things that need to be done on the website, including, like, for example, the most obvious one, so to speak, is a TLDR, too long, don't read. If that's on the page, then AI is going to know, hey, here's how this page is structured, and they're going to be more likely to include that in their results. And so that and some other things with regards to local schema and some technical terms that are boring and all of that, but those things help the AI, basically what's called generative AI, to find the site, know what it's about, and know that the information is good to include for the person who's asking the question.
And again, it has a lot to do with those keywords. And structuring it so that AI can find you, because that's where we're getting to, where we just talk to our phones. Now, one of the challenges, I heard this in one of the interviews that I listened to the other day when I was trying to educate myself on AI, and they said eventually you get trained on how to ask AI the right question. So explain that a little bit.
Search intent, first of all, is something that's involved in SEO. Okay, what do we think the person is actually looking for? And AI, when you input what's called a prompt, you have to understand how AI processes things. I won't say thinks. I don't want to give it that power. Right. But how AI processes things and its biases and all of that. And so when you type in something, you have to understand that it'll give you what you ask for. And if you're not too specific, it's going to be not as specific as you want.
Right.
And so if you're detailed in telling it who you are, what you're looking for, and the importance, what you don't want to find, all of that in your prompt. A prompt, actually, I've seen prompts that are 2 pages long, and and AI processes that and then gives a result based upon how detailed that information is and what you're looking for.
And see, this is an important skill. This is what the video was basically educating you, that as engineers, you got to make sure that you're wording your question properly for AI to do the work, to find the search. And that becomes a talent.
It's the Pareto principle.
Yeah.
Really. You spend your 80% up front thinking, what do I want to accomplish here as you're typing that out? And don't just hurry, and then you're going to get better results back.
Yeah. Pareto's rule is 20% of the salespeople make 80% of the sales, right? I mean, that's just a rough. They always talked about 20% of this actually gets 80% of the results.
Yeah.
So we're focusing it down. Now, when people come to you, can you give us a feel for how you work? Do you go meet with them face to face? Do you do a lot of it over the phone? How do you work?
Yes to all. And so we do everything from sitting down with someone, and basically I want to get to know them and what's important to them and who they're talking to and what's important to that person they're talking to, all of that. That's part of the picture. And so that can be done by Zoom, that can be done in person, that can be done over the phone, a lot of different options there. And then, but what I do when I start is, I send someone an onboarding questionnaire that helps me kind of feel out some of these areas.
Again, you're the AI. You want to make sure you have you want to find out all the information.
Exactly. And so I get the details, as much of those up front as possible. And sometimes, people are overwhelmed by that and like,
I don't know which direction I'm going.
So
now we got about 60 seconds left here. Give us a little bit of your pricing. What kind of cost for a basic website?
Basic website starts right around 2,000 normally. There's some that are less and plenty that are more and all that. But yeah, it starts right about that. And then I even have an SEO thing where if somebody wants to do an SEO, it's going to take time to rank. So I'll give them a free website if we do SEO for 1 year.
Gotcha.
That type of thing. So
excellent. Let's get a website. How can people reach you?
theedgetech.com, THE edgetech.com.
And a phone number. Do you want to give out a number?
602-777-6787.
This is radio, and we have to repeat ourselves because people are driving and want to write it down. The phone number one more time
is 602-777-6787.
If anybody's out there and you stumbled into this and you didn't quite catch it, you can go to our website, 123bz.com. I made sure I made that very short. By the way, that we got that website in the year 1999.
Awesome. Fantastic.
So here we go, 123bz.com. Everybody, we got to do a break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.